Good afternoon. We'll call this meeting to order. Council is conducting this meeting in person and via conference call in accordance with the Municipal Government Act, Section 199. Council is open for public attendance and in person. However, councillors and members of the public may still join meetings remotely or using our current teleconference process. If the meeting is recessed, callers will be put on hold until the meeting reconvenes, with the exception at noon, where callers will be asked to call back in. This helps with call quality. Please note this meeting is recorded and may be uploaded to our social media and website. To eliminate background noise, please mute your phone during the meeting. We also ask all attendees to mute their devices to reduce disruptions to the meeting. Everyone has a right to be present at council meetings and council committee meetings. Any attendees that are considered disruptive to this meeting, to the progression of this meeting, may be removed at the discretion of the chair as per Section 198 of the Municipal Government Act. We thank you for your cooperation and understanding. So all council is here. Does all of council have access to eScribe? No? Okay. So what we'll do is we'll do a modified voting procedure. So what we'll do is just a roll call vote on, or we can do a show of hands. Show of hands. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have an agenda before us. Could I get a motion to adopt the agenda? Councillor Larson?
I'll move that we adopt the agenda as presented.
Okay, perfect. Any discussion? All in favor? Perfect, that's carried. So our procedure bylaw is in the package as well. So that starts on page 2. So just please review that. For the secret ballot. So what this bylaw does is it does show the voting procedure that we will have here during the day. Yes, and just so council is aware, the new councillors, there is a screen right here in front of you guys that will just kind of go through the meeting as it goes. Okay. Yes.
I just thinking for the new councillors here to maybe take a little brief time and go through the voting procedure so everybody's clear on how it is.
Okay.
Because I don't know if everybody's had a chance to review how it works.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so on section 49 of our procedure bylaw is the section of the organizational meeting. It's been highlighted in the package. So if they just want to scroll down on my page, I actually don't have my computer. So it kind of outlines the purpose of the organizational meeting. Just looking for the section of the votes. You see the part of the vote? Oh, okay. So here is the kind of the voting procedure. So it starts right at the top of page 3. So when nominations do come forward for the Reeve and Deputy Reeve position, if only one nomination is received for the vacant position, the nominee will be appointed by acclamation, or if more than one nomination is received for a vacant position, a vote by secret ballot will be conducted using the following ballot procedure. If no nominees receive a majority of votes on the first ballot, the nominee who received the least number of votes is dropped off from the ballot, and subsequent ballots is conducted with the remaining nominees. And on subsequent ballots, the nominee who receives the least number of votes is dropped from the ballot until a nominee receives the majority of votes. If repeated ballots, it is clear that no nominee will receive a majority of votes, council may use an alternative method of determining a successful nominee. It may be very hard with 7 councillors. I think that kind of is a moot point here. Yeah, that's it. Is everyone clear on the voting procedures? Perfect. Okay. Yes.
Just so everyone's clear, all councillors on every motion are required to vote.
Yes, that's correct as well. So when you're at the meeting as well, you must vote on topics. So you can't abstain from voting unless there's a pecuniary interest, which there wouldn't be at the organizational meeting. So when you're at the table, you have to vote on the subject. Perfect. Okay, so that is done and reviewed. So what I'll do now is I'll move to 1.4, the nomination of the Reeve. So what we'll do is we'll call 3 times for the nomination of Reeve, and it doesn't have to be in any order. So we'll open the floor for nominations of Reeve. Councillor Larson?
I'd like to nominate Glenn Kester.
Glenn? Perfect. Yes.
I'll nominate Scott Clausen.
Oh, right. Sorry, Glenn, would you accept that nomination?
Be honored to.
Perfect. And you said Scott? Scott, would you accept that nomination?
Yes, I would be happy to accept that position.
All right, that's first call, second call, last chance, third call. Okay. So I'll close nominations. So we'll conduct a secret ballot vote for that. So what we'll do is we'll hand out, or have you already handed? Okay, so the secret ballots are there. Please feel free to vote, and then we'll come and pick them up. Perfect. So after the vote, Scott Claassen will be the Reeve of Wheatland County. Congratulations, Scott. So I'll turn the meeting over to you. Oh, they have to sign another one? Oh, right. Okay, so Scott, I'll just get you to sign another oath of office. More than one today. And then, you can read that. You should go read it into the microphone.
Thank you very much. I, Scott Claassen of Wheatland County in the province of Alberta, do solemnly affirm that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability, executing according to the law and office of the Reeve. I just want to say thank you again. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to fulfill this role. I've been Deputy Reeve for 7 years and had a fair amount of experience. With that, we will proceed on to the nomination of the Deputy Reeve. First call. Anyone? Councillor Baker?
I'd like to nominate Shannon Laprise for Deputy Reeve.
Thank you. Councillor Priest, do you accept that?
I'll accept, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Clayton?
I'd like to nominate Larson.
Sorry, Councillor Larson? Larson?
And just one meeting procedure. It'll take some time getting used to, but just whenever you're speaking, there's a button right on the front of this thing. And if your microphone's green, then it's on.
Thank you.
I would like to nominate Rick Larson.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Larson, would you accept that?
I accept.
Thank you. So second time?
I'd like to nominate Glenn Kester.
Thank you. Councilor Kester, do you accept that?
Makes 3. I'll leave my name down.
Okay, so we have 3 names so far. Third time around. Anybody further? Okay, nominations are closing. Before you have a voting stylus, paper, please make your choice and staff will come around.
Okay, so, yeah. Okay, so Shannon Laprise was the successful candidate for Deputy Reeve.
Congratulations. I will come over with the paper for you to sign.
Thank you very much. I, Shannon Laprise of Wheatland County in the province of Alberta, do solemnly affirm that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute according to law and the duty and the office of Deputy Reeve.
Thank you very much. Moving forward, 1.6 legislative policy review. I'll sign this as well. Before we start with that, I just want to say, reiterating CAO Henderson's review, I truly do want to move forward. And I truly do want to be fair, and I want to try to, there's a lot coming at the county in the future, and we want to make sure we work together as a team. And I've always said my phone is always on. I'll be available anytime for anyone. I've sat in the rooms with a lot of people that I've had a lot of distrust and a lot of things negative about the county, and I've never backed down from it, and I won't. But I'm always willing to listen. So with that said, let's go ahead. So, okay, so 1.6 legislative policies review. Who does that?
Yeah, you can present that one. So it's just in the package. These are also publicly available on our website as well. So it starts on page 4, just goes over the policies for council. Please take a read of these if you have not. Not a pop quiz today by any means, but these are the policies that are under council's name. So that's nothing else to report on that one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there any questions of that? We can always reach out to administration after. Motion to accept as information? Someone?
Also move.
Councillor Bigger moves. Any discussion? I'll call the question. All in favor? And that's carried. Sorry, just a question, administration. With the nomination of the deputy, that was a vote in itself by the cards. So council doesn't have to make a motion to do that?
No, the vote just stands.
Okay, thank you. Just double checking. Item 1.7, 2025 signing authorities bylaw.
Yes, council. So Brian from administration again. This is a newer bylaw, so it was just passed in 2025. So we used to assign signing authorities at the organizational bylaw, or sorry, the organizational meeting. There is a bylaw in place now, so all of that function is now covered by a bylaw. So that just, so we don't have to do the banking authorities this year. It's just all done by bylaw. So that's, we just wanted to put that in the package so council was fully aware.
Information, Ms. Forrest. Any questions? If not, a motion to accept for information.
I'll move that.
Motion on the floor by Councillor Hebbs. Any further discussion? If not, I'll call the question. All in favor? And that's carried. Moving on to items for discussion related business. 2.1, a draft calendar. This gives us all our meeting dates throughout the year. If there's any conflicts that anybody can see at this moment, it would be the time to kind of let it advise administration. But go ahead.
Yes, council. So Brian from administration again, what we do is we typically keep the same calendar and cadence year over year. This year is no different. We typically try to keep as many meetings consistently as possible for year over year. If a special meeting is required by council, council can always call one under the Municipal Government Act under the appropriate section. So that was it. We made sure to get everything we could into the calendar. Should be there. Thank you.
Go ahead, Councillor Clayton.
One question to the chair. What are the dates on, I can see all of the meetings, but I don't see the dates, or like the days of the week.
Yeah, so on page, the days of the week are not included, but we can definitely put that one in. So they typically are held on Tuesdays. That's the typical day that council does hold council meetings, MPC meetings, ASB meetings as well, public presentation committees as well, and the committee of the whole. We kind of all put them on there. But yes, sorry, we didn't put the actual date. We can amend that calendar moving forward to include the actual day. Yeah, but the actual like Tuesday. I think Councillor Clayton, is that correct? Just the, yeah, okay. Administration will make a note and we'll do that in the future.
I think maybe in one of those emails that Shanna sent out, the days of the week is in there. It's in calendar form for the first 3 months on the website or something that I've seen it somewhere.
Just through the chair, the general rule is that we do try to always schedule them to start Tuesdays at 9. Just so we are consistent with so they're not here. They're always kind of, it's the first and third Tuesdays of every month is when we hold council. I think the MPC is every second Tuesday as well, and ASB is typically on the second Tuesday as well. Is that correct? Oh, the Wednesday? Okay. So schedule very consistent on those days as much as we can. Sometimes conventions happen, and a good example is this. The second meeting in November this month is being canceled just because it's at the RMA convention in Edmonton is held, and that's kind of what we do on an annual basis, just cancel that meeting. But yeah.
And I'll add that administration is very good about populating to our calendars with your phone, if you have an iPhone or whatever. They'll automatically do it. And then the agendas for council meetings are on the Thursday before. You'll have ample time to review. And MPC as well, like we're not ever given information at the last minute. We have ample time to review it, and that's part of your per diem to review. So it's been really good. They definitely keep it up. It's really hard to juggle a lot of things, but when it's in your phone, it's really helpful. As long as it's all set up right. And there's not multiple of them, we'll get through that. Go ahead.
Through the chair, could we have a printed copy by our next meeting? Thank you.
Anything further? Motion to approve the events calendar as presented. Looking for?
Mr. Chair, I would move that we approve that calendar.
Thank you. Motion's on the floor. Oh, go ahead.
And just a note to new council. So administration, what we do is the motions we try to get up on these screens right on there. Of course, council can make any motion they like, but it's typically on there. And what we can do is we can work on the screens and the visibility of screens. Yeah. Yep. So apologies. We'll make sure to work on the.
It's okay. So are you approving the Wheatland County meeting events calendar 2026 as presented?
I'm approving it as presented.
Thank you. Motion's on the floor. Any discussion on that motion? Anything further? I'll call the question. All in favor? And that's carried. 2025 open house scheduling.
Yes, good afternoon, Council. Brian from Administration. In our, I think it's our procedure bylaw, we have been scheduling 2 open houses a year for Wheatland County Council to go and engage with residents. And what we've done is we have been kind of rotating them throughout the county. So we typically do try to go 1 through 7. And just for 2026, the 2 that we do have is one in January of 2026 in Division 5, and then one in July of 2026 in Division 6. Of course, the dates are up for amendment. We just typically just try to schedule them, and then sometimes closer to the date we will schedule them, but we understand that people are away and things happen, and depending on the weather, it could be rescheduled. We had one rescheduled from Division 7 that was chaotic road conditions. It just wasn't safe for people to get out there a couple winters ago, I think. So the dates are there. We can firm up those dates when it gets a little bit closer to those open house dates. If there's any questions, please let me know. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Councillor Kester.
When I was out campaigning, that was one of the hot topics was council's open house. By and far, the majority of my residents would like to see a return to the AGM style where council is available to answer questions from the public in a group setting. And after question period's done, we can certainly go out and mingle with staff or whoever's there. But I would make a motion that we return to the more of an AGM type style instead of the open house.
So just through the chair, what we could do is we definitely can accommodate that setup, no problem. Do you want it specifically called an annual general meeting, like during the advertisements? Because I'm just thinking, if it's the format, we can definitely do a format in any way that council likes. This is definitely a venue for council to engage with residents. If it is the, say, question period from 7 to 7:30 or 7 to 8, and then mingling from 8 to 9, that would be good. Just want to make sure that we get it correct for council.
I've been to numerous AGMs and they're all different for sure. I don't really care or have a preference for what we call it, but definitely advertise that all of council will be available for questions from the public from such and such a time, from 7 o'clock till no more questions. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
So I guess, one of the questions I would have is, can all our little halls where we tend to have them logistically handle it? Like we have, I would assume you'd have a table and you'd have microphones, and then you'd have a microphone out in the, out for the people, and they would identify themselves. I don't care if they say what division they're in, but if they have theoretically you'd say, I'm John Smith from Division 9 and I want to talk to Councillor Division 2. I just make sure we got the logistics to do all that at all these little halls.
So right now, basically what we're looking at is 2 different things. So what Councillor Kester is proposing is more of an AGM, which we have once a year. What's before us right now is individual division meets, which is up to the councillor, basically the councillor of the area, showcasing their area with staff involved, and we do those individually. It's been preset, these are the dates, but we also have an AGM, an open house, and that's everybody's welcome. So it's 2 kind of different things.
Yeah, so through the chair, logistically, we would actually have all the equipment internally to have microphones, speakers, tables. Most of the halls would have the tables for sure. Some do have microphones as well, but we do have speakers that we will pull out every once in a while here, not super frequently.
Sorry, and I'll retract what I'm saying. I was wrong. It is an AGM, but it's hosted in each one, so yes.
Have all the equipment. Any format that council agrees to do, no problem. Yeah, we can call them open house.
Just to be clear, I don't necessarily want a yearly meeting. AGM's probably an incorrect term. Biannual meetings, I'm fine with that. Different divisions, I'm fine with that. I would refrain from calling it a divisional meeting. It's a county meeting in Rosebud or Hazard or wherever we're having it.
So,
But the question period stays for everyone. That's the meat of my motion.
so being that there's a lot, like there's kind of an overlap here going on. So I'm thinking, Councillor Kester, if you would consider adding this to the next council meeting, we can have a good debate just on that, to show what administration wants to bring back for. And then I'm not opposed to changing what we're doing at all, but I just want to, instead of having that debate here and now, if you could change your motion to maybe say, bring it to the next council meeting for review, and we can have, and focus on that subject.
I can't vote on a open house meetings, and if we're following the same format. I don't want that, and I'll vote against that. I want to have public to be able to answer questions of all the council in a group setting, so all the people hear the questions, all can learn from the answers. That's what mine is. If you want to bring it back to the next council meeting, I'm okay with that. But in the meantime, we'll have this open house motion that we've always done on these books, and I would find that cumbersome.
It would be, depending on the council outcome, it could be just a simple changing of wording. And we're just, if we, we're trying to think if we kept the wording now. Well, we have a motion on the floor still from yourself, and you're saying you want to have
To
that
keep the motion on the floor.
as it stands? Okay, no problem. Any discussion, further discussion by council? Go ahead.
So and I think I got this, but so if we just defeat this motion, then somebody could put it on their agenda for the next meeting. So we're not saying, I don't like the idea that we're going to kick the can down the road, but this is the organizational meeting, not kind of the, I could go either way. I'm just asking for a little clarification. If we defeat this motion, just vote against it, and then we can.
So two things. That is correct. If the motion was defeated, that could die right here and now. But also administration is always listening to what we're saying, and they will look and kind of judge by the majority council what we want, and bring it back for discussion. If there's something that is contentious, it's always brought back for review. This has been discussed on and off over the last couple of years, I'll admit. And if we can get more people out to these meetings, I'm okay with that, because it's very sparsely populated usually. And we have administration leadership team there has a really good explanation of what's going on. But sometimes people want to ask council directly, which we were standing there. It's just a different format. And that's kind of what it looks like. So there's a motion on the floor. Any further discussion before I call the question? Go ahead, Councillor Kester.
Previous councils made a motion that if a motion is to be brought back, you have to be on the supporting side of the motion. So if this motion, say, is defeated, and the one that defeats it will not be allowed to bring it back within a year. It's not as that simple, right?
I don't believe there's a timeline on it anymore.
Yeah, so and this one necessarily, I'd say that this motion might benefit from a little bit of cleanup through the chair, just because the annual general meeting style doesn't really say like what the style is, if that makes sense. So I actually think it would be beneficial for, if it is of council interest, which certainly seems like it is, just bring back a report on a format of the meeting style itself and say, okay, here's a clearly defined like time for questions and answers. Typically, I'd say that the organizational meeting probably more would be suited for actual scheduling the time, but I do also see your the input of why you might not want to schedule one with a time if you don't know the format. So yeah, it's kind of both ways. I think it would be good if council did schedule a meeting and then ask administration to bring back a report, so you could agree upon the format. A policy might be good if you really want to go down that avenue as well, just say like, okay, this is the policy council created. It must follow this format, which is good. Yeah.
Okay, I'll change my motion then. That staff bring back some information on, since it's called open houses now, I'll leave it called open houses. To a future council meeting whenever you get.
You could put a date on that council meeting if it's that urgent to you. I would have no, you could put a date on that. So it,
Whenever staff's ready.
Yeah, and yeah, we can definitely prepare something, just various formats, and council can select, and we'll be good to go. Here to help.
because looking around the room consensus, I'm seeing head bobs. I think we all agree we've heard it from multiple people in the past, and to review it and to have a unanimous, I would hope, approval of what the process is going forward would definitely send a message to everyone that we have heard, we are listening, and we will look at that. So the motion has changed that council direct administration to bring back some information on open houses, to bring back information on open houses to a future council meeting. Is that acceptable? Go ahead.
Kind of confuses the heck out of me. It's the format you're talking about of a meeting.
Yeah,
Why don't you just say the format? Because it's
a friendly amendment to Councillor Kessler's motion might
Yeah.
be.
Is that a friendly amendment to say format?
Okay. Format? Okay.
See, we're working together already. This is fantastic.
You guys are doing great.
This is what it's all about, honestly, is
It is.
you have something that is important to you, we can work together and come up with a motion that supports everybody, and then we can bring it back. I'm always, in this position, I think it's really important to get all the information in front of you so you can make sure how things move forward. And that way, I think we get better support for it in the future. So with that being said, any further questions on the motion in front of us? Go ahead.
Just one point of clarification through the chair. Did Councillor Kessler approve that friendly amendment?
Yes.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry. So the motion will now read that council direct administration to bring back information on the format of open houses to a future council meeting. We're good? Any further discussion? If not, I'll call the question. All in favor? Mr. Larson? And that's carried. Okay, so back to we have the dates in front of us, and we're looking for motions for Division 5 and Division 6. I will say that if the wording changes from open house to AGM, that will be an automatic administration function if it gets discussed at a future time before these come. Make sense? Looking for a motion to approval.
I'll move that council direct administration to schedule an open house in January 2026 to be held at a location in Division 5.
Any discussion on the motion on the floor? I could almost say it's going to be at Lyalta Hall because that's the only hall in Division 5, but that's fine, unless there's a hall built in the meantime. Any further discussion, questions? If not, I'll call the question. All in favor? And that's carried. We have one more motion on the in here for Division 6. Councillor Hepps.
I'll move that council direct administration to schedule an open house in July of 2026 to be held at a location to be determined in Division 6.
Thank you for that motion. I'll just ask the question now. I know it's harvest. Well, hopefully that's a good time of year. With last year, who knows? Usually that can get changed around depending on the weather conditions for our egg producers, because we've tried to encourage them as much as possible. So
Why it's a good time.
hopefully, yeah. Okay, any further discussion? Okay, now I'll call the question. All in favor? And that is carried. We will move on to item 2.3, audit services.
Yes, good afternoon, Council. Brian from Administration. On page 31 of your agenda package is the appointment of the 2025 auditor. So we are currently in a contract with MNP LLP. They've been our auditor for the last number of years. And under Section 280 of the Municipal Government Act, Council must appoint an auditor for the municipality on an annual basis. The motion is in front of you on page 31. If there's any questions about this report, please let me know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any further questions for administration?
So do you review the costs ever or every so often? Or it's kind I mean, I can understand how continuity, it might, even if you give them a little more, that's fine because they know us, right? But thanks.
Yeah, so through the chair, the audit does go out for request for proposal once every, depending on 3 to 5 years. We always sign a 3-year term with the auditors, and sometimes there's a 2-year extension. So that was last RFP'd, I think in 2023 for the 2024 year. So MNP was the successful proponent at that time. I'd say that when I first started at Wheatland in 2016, it was KPMG was our auditor. And then I think maybe a few years into that, we switched to MNP, and just based on price. And it is open for bidding once if the option, the last 2 years are not extended by administration or council, I guess, through the appointment under section 280. So yeah, once every couple of years, always look at the cost.
That's a great question. And there's policies for all that, how things work, and there's scoring matrices and everything that they use for it. That's all laid out, and that goes for procurement. Anything over a certain amount, and we will probably delve into that later on.
Yeah,
Not today, but at some point we'll get some more training on that.
Yeah.
But there is definitely, we are in the trust of public funds, so we have to be as careful as we can to make sure it's not sole sourcing and things like that. Yes. So.
Thanks to you both.
I'll
Councilor
move
Mayor.
that council appoint MNP LLP as the financial statement auditor for the 2025 fiscal year.
Thank you. Motion on the floor. Any further questions? Councilor Kester.
The reason the audit is every 3 years and a couple addition years, because if we were to pick an auditor for 1 year, the price is higher because they have research they have to do. So they like to have at least a 3-year term to average that cost over the 3 years. So that's why we do it every 3rd year, option for 4 and 5.
Thanks, Glenn.
Motion on the floor. Any further discussion? Seeing none, hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? And that's carried. We'll move on to item 2.4. This is the one where we pick the boards and committees that people will be populating on. So do you want me to go through this, or?
Yeah.
There's a number that we're automatically on. Do you want to go through that?
Yeah, there is for sure. This year there was a request for, and if we just scroll down to page 59 and 60, just to take a look at the board and committee time commitments. So there was a request to put this forward, and what we try to do is we do try to estimate roughly how often the meetings are, if there's any additional meetings or conventions that you could attend on behalf of that board, and the estimated time commitment of that board. So one thing to note is that travel time and preparation time are not included in that estimated time commitment. So again, it's not perfect. Sometimes there's things that happen on boards that take a little bit more time and a little bit more commitment. Those are kind of out of administration's control, but what we're trying to do is just at least get an idea for council to see what the time commitments might be.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then Brad, would you like to talk about the ASB? So the first one is our Agricultural Services Board. So there is a little bit of a membership thing that our General Manager of Agriculture and Transportation, Brad Bullock, will talk about. So just let you go ahead, Brad. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. Through the chair, so the Agricultural Service Board can be made up of 5, 7, or 9 members, depending on what council wants. At least 3 of those members are supposed to be council members. And so traditionally, the membership has been 9 members with 7 council members. I think last year, the year before, for a time, we did have 3 members at large. Currently, we do have 2 members at large. Those appointments last for 2 years, or sorry, for 3 years. And the current members at large right now, their appointment expires next year in October. And so council can decide on the makeup of that board, the 5, 7, or 9. It can also decide on how many council members and how many member-at-large positions council wants to, as long as there's 3 council member positions on the board.
Okay, thank you. So that's one of the boards that were automatically, as of right at this moment, all council members are automatically part of the Ag Service Board. Councillor Priest, or sorry, Deputy Reeve Laprise is the chair of the ASB currently, and that organizational meeting will take place at the first meeting of the ASB. Am I correct?
That's what's scheduled, but we may need to review that just because of the committees that we might want to have members appointed before January, because that's a long time to wait.
Yeah.
So we might have a special meeting or something like that, just as a heads up.
And for the new members here, there is an Agricultural Service Board tour planned for. I'll let you speak to it.
We have a 2026 summer tour planned for our Ag Service Board. So that is where we welcome other Ag Service Boards from around the province to come to Wheatland County. And our tour coordinator are setting up different tours for 2 days of tours, 3 days, sorry. It's been a while. So it's to showcase Wheatland County and the ag businesses and ag producers in the area that are, just to provide, to bring attention to agriculture and
The last one in
great
the
work that's
province,
being done in Wheatland County. So
and I believe the last one in the province was pre-COVID. There hasn't been anybody that's stepped up since. It is to say it's an enormous undertaking is an understatement. It is a lot of work to pull off properly. And I'm sure that'll be something that will be discussed at the SB board with some changes that have come recently. So anyway, that one we're automatically on. The Alice Partnership Committee, would you like to?
So I think what Brad was saying is we have traditionally all been on that board, but we don't necessarily, I mean, if anybody did not want to be on the board, we have the option of having 5, 7, or 9. Right now we have
I'm sorry.
9.
Are you looking for an answer to that today?
No, not necessarily. It's really up to council. But council does have that option. I think previously it's always been 9 with the 2 members at large. But there is the option to have additional members at large or a reduced number of members on the board. So I think that's often something that's like they just assume to be 9, but just so council's aware there are some options there that they can consider.
So to my council then, if you feel that there's something that wants to be changed, make a motion. If not, we'll just continue as on for now. Not seeing anything, so I think we'll steady forward.
So council would have to make a member of council would have to make the first motion on the screen. So the
My apologies.
Yep.
So number 1 motion looking for. Go ahead.
I'll move approval that Wheatland County appoint all members of council to the Wheatland County Agriculture Service Board for the 2025-26 term in accordance with bylaw 2024-38.
Thank you. Motion on the floor. Any further discussion? Call the question. All in favor? And that's carried. I apologize. I'm used to using this computer and this computer. It's kind of, I know you don't have anything to follow right at the moment. So we're just trying to get through it all. So moving on to Alice. Members. Okay. Do we need to do anything with Alice? No? Do you want to do a brief discussion of what it is?
So when we do meet as an Ag Service Board, there are a couple of committees that will have people nominated to. So the Alice Partnership is a partnership between Alice Canada, which is like a alternative land use services or something. Sorry, yeah. Anyways, it's an organization that provides funding to agriculture producers to make improvements to their land for ecosystem services, basically. So we basically receive money from Alice Canada, who gets it from corporate donations, and we receive requests for funding for different projects, and we allocate that money that way. We also have a scholarship and awards committee. We have a number of awards that the Ag Service Board presents on an annual basis. So we have committee for that. And then our ASB Summer Tour Committee is just for this upcoming tour. So those are some things you can think about for our next Ag Service Board meeting, what you'd like to participate with.
Thank you. Yeah, these are all subcommittees of the ASB. So Alice, Solar Scholarship and Awards Committee, ASB Summer Tour Committee, Pest Control, Weed Control, Soil Conservation. And then, yeah, so we have a motion to approve that for the ASB. So Subdivision Development Appeal Board, do we need a discussion on how that works? I'm just trying to think for the new people here, what is kind of how it works.
I think the subdivision, I think we have that on our agenda a little further on.
Yeah.
Item 2.5 is subdivision development member appointments.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta, just bear with me for a sec.
I think the next one we would just through the chair is that we just go to the Regional Emergency Management Committee.
Okay.
Just kind of still on page 34. But yeah, it's there, just there. So I think that one is by bylaw, it's the Reeve and Deputy Reeve that do attend those two. So there's a motion on the screen for council to consider. Thank you.
Yeah, I've sat on this one for a couple of years. It's a couple of meetings, and the Reeve and Deputy Reeve are typically put onto it. I do believe there's some changes with some staffing changes coming up in the near future, and it might change the format and or how it goes forward.
Yeah, so through the chair, that we did have a regional REMP coordinator position. The employee in that position did resign. And we are just currently evaluating the REMP itself, if the REMP is useful or if we just go back to mutual aid agreements. So right now, the memberships of the REMP is the villages of Rockyford, Standard Huzzar, the town of Strathmore, and the city of Chestermere. So I think with that bylaw, it might, I guess depending on how the city and town want to go forward, it might just move back to mutual aid, and the villages, of course, are included in everything. Yeah. So we just need to, see how that one goes. And of course, there'll be something decided at that committee.
I guess to clarify that, there is already mutual aid in place. This is kind of over and above that. Correct?
Through the Reeve to council, yes, we have the mutual aid and some of them might change on agreements, but basically the discussion when they will have a committee meeting coming up, but they, as CAO Henderson said, the town of Strathmore and Chestermere are reevaluating whether they think it's regional or we should just go, because we do have to prepare individual municipal emergency plans. And so they were thinking of the value of the regional and going back to individual. And that will be at one of the next committee meetings.
Thank you. Councillor Kester, I saw your head down.
Move the approval of Whitland County appoint Reeve Clausen, Deputy Reeve Laprise as representatives of the Regional Emergency Management Committee for 2025-26 term in accordance with bylaw 2024-16.
Thank you very much for the motion. Any further discussion? Seeing none, hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? And that's carried. MPC is the next one. This is, again, a commission that we're called commissioners, not called councillors there. And at the organization meeting of that, the first one typically is when we would choose the chair for that organization. So we're just looking for a motion. Go ahead, Councillor Bigger.
I move approval that the Wheatland County appoint all members of council to the Wheatland County Municipal Planning Commission for the 2025-2026 term in accordance to bylaw 2022-26.
Thank you for the motion. Any discussion? Any questions? I will call the question. All in favor? And that's carried. Public Presentation Committee. Public Presentation Committee. This is a committee we've established for about 3 years. So if, I believe about 3.
Yeah, something like that. Two.
Yeah. So basically, it was to put everybody in the same format so they could come to council and bring their issue. They're asked their presentation, what do they want to do? We've had hydrogen, we've had different things talk to us. It's not a decision-making position. It is just where you absorb the information. If a councillor so chooses to take that forward and make a motion to bring it to council, that's where we would deal with it. So just kind of an overview of what that is.
Yeah, and just through the chair, one point from administration is that that committee was established to kind of clean up our council meetings. So we get ad hoc requests from groups to come in and present at a council meeting, and administration, and I think council would agree through bylaw, is that we thought it would be advantageous to group all of those presentations together and have them come in quarterly, just so the council meetings can be kept for decision making, and the information from public groups and individuals or whoever chooses to present at that public presentation committee can come openly to council, or openly to the committee, I should say, and present that. So that committee does consist of all of them.
And there's some policies on timelines for speakers and things like that, but we're working through it and trying to, if someone wants to speak longer, we just have to make a motion to let them go further. Just trying to get some guardrails up on some of these things so you have a good format. So, and it gives you a chance to digest something, because typically not everybody has heard what's coming from these presenters, so it gives you a chance to digest it and things like that. So looking for a motion.
I'll move the approval that Wheatland County appoint all members of council to the Wheatland County Public Presentation Committee for 24-25 term in accordance with bylaw 2024-05.
Thank you, Mr. Hebbs. Any further question? Pardon me?
Should be 25, 26, not 24, 25.
So we have a clerical error. Fix that now? Or
Yeah,
just
we'll fix it right now
That
before
should-
council votes.
Okay. So it's already up there. Do you accept that as a friendly amendment? No, just say it's okay. Yeah. No, that's good. We catch all this stuff. So yes, the amendment is 25-26 in accordance with bylaw. Everybody clear on the motion? Any further discussion? I'll call the question. All in favor? That is carried. So we move on to our appointments to different, go ahead.
Number 5 here.
Oh, sorry, I
I'll
missed
move
one.
the approval of Wheatland County approve Reeve as chair and Deputy Reeve as vice chair to the Public Presentation Committee.
Thank you. Thank you for your help. Motion's on the floor. Any further discussion? Call the question. All in favor? That's carried. So now we move, sorry, to Marigold Library System, and we are looking for one or two. Must be the colors. It's hard for me to see this.
So the board's there, and then the number of councillors is right beside that column.
Yep.
So just one councillor for the Marigold Library Committee.
So
Yeah, the pages are in there. My apologies.
So here we go back to the same format as the Reeve and Deputy Reeve. So someone nominates or self-nominates. If there's more than one, we will go to the secret ballot to make it fair for everybody. So that being said, we're looking for one counselor for Marigold Library, and we're not looking for an alternate.
I think we do for all boards with the exception of the WHMB.
Correct. Okay.
The WHMB does not allow for an alternate due to some provincial.
It's in the legislation.
Yeah, it's in the legislation, and we do have a note on that on page 37.
Yeah.
Just where that is. And then just another thing to note is that for the councils considering these board positions, that your interests on how you can help this board should definitely be in there as well. There's some other, just how you can help the board is a big one. Your interests, proximity to location of board isn't necessarily a big thing, but you should maybe consider it if you don't want to spend an hour and a half on the road, depending on where you live in the county. But yeah, all the information is that we kind of put together on these boards are going through here. So yeah, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, Councillor Clayton.
To the chair, do you just volunteer for a position by opening the mic or?
So typically you can self-nominate if you're interested in it, or someone could nominate somebody else. It's either or. And then if there's more than one, and you either both people or 3 people or 4 people accept that, then it goes to secret ballot. Then we go through that whole process.
Yeah, and just through the chair, I'd say that at the board level, it's probably more normal for self-nomination on these ones, just so you know your own interests, so you can, you put your name forward for whatever you feel like would be a good fit for you.
I would volunteer for the Marigold Library.
Okay, there's round 1. So I should do first, second, third round for these. So anybody else interested in the Marigold Library system? Second time, third time, is anybody else interested in the Marigold Library system? Shouldn't say it that way. Interested in sitting on the board in the Marigold Library system. Not seeing any, so you are acclaimed, Mr. Clayton, Councillor Clayton, to that board. I will need a motion to approve Councillor Clayton. Go ahead.
I'll make a suggestion. We make one motion when we're all done to approve the whole slate.
We have separate ones already set.
Yeah, whatever council chooses to do. So I know that we used to do the slate at once, but then we moved to one motion per thing. Whatever council wants to
In
do.
favor of all at once, but if you want to vote every one, I'm not the chair.
What's the consensus of the room? Is somebody making notes other than myself as to who's put what where? I guess it'll be already filled out into the motions. So we can make an omnibus motion kind of thing after.
So maybe to simplify it, what we can do is you guys can have the conversations board after board, and then just make a motion, just quickly do the motions after they're all done. That might be fastest. You want to do that?
So
Okay.
Perfect. We're all good that way? Okay. So we'll move on to Wheatland Family Community Support Services, WFCSS. Oh, sorry, we have to do an alternate for the Marigold. So looking for an alternate position for Marigold Library System. So the alternate would be in, I think it's been laid out in here. If you can't make it, you should let the other person know and give them some lead time so at least they can get up to speed and attend in that person. Yeah.
I'll let my name stand for that.
Councillor Hebbs has let his name stand. Anybody else? Second time? Third time? You will be the alternate. I'm sorry, and I looked at the ICFs up here. Do we need to go through that or can we go through that at the end?
We'll do it after the boards.
Okay, sorry. Wheatland Family WFCSS, 2 councillors and 1 alternate. Is that correct? Okay. Looking for nominations for WFCSS.
So I've been sitting on this one for a couple of years and I wouldn't mind staying on it. So I'd put my name forward for that.
Councillor Priest? Anyone else? Second time?
I've been sitting on it too, and yeah, I wouldn't mind sitting on it again.
Okay. Councillor Bigger? Go ahead.
I'll let my name stand for it too.
It's Councillor Lowerson. So that's 3 for 2 positions. Anyone else? Third and final? Okay, we'll have to go to vote. So are we voting for 2 then?
Yes, that's correct, and we'll tally the votes as per.
Okay. So on your little things, vote for the 2 names that you want.
Bigger, Laprise and Larson.
Bigger, DePreez, and Larson.
Sorry, the 3 names are Bigger, Laprise, and Lowerson. And I'm saying your last name correct. So my style is Reeve. I will try to acknowledge you by your name Sometimes I may not. I try to get everybody. And you do not have to say through the reeve to me. That is to me, is very archaic, but some people are used to doing it, but it does not offend me if you don't say that.
Is it mine? I haven't looked in here in ages.
I'm looking for money.
Yeah, right. Looks like a teller's thing.
No fear there.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a majority vote on the tandem, and the tandem was Councilors Bigger and Laprise.
Okay. And we're still doing an alternate for this as well, correct? So we have Councillor Biggers and Laprise have won the nomination. the
I
vote.
move Rick Larson be alternate.
So looking for alternate, we have Councillor Larson on the floor. Do you accept that?
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to ask everybody before, but I'm assuming if you were sole voting, you were for it. Anyone else for alternate? Third time, anyone else for alternate? Seeing and hearing none, Councillor Larson, you will be the alternate for that. Moving on to the next one, Wheatland Housing Management Body. We're looking for 3 positions for here, and there is no alternate, and that is through the legislative action of the province, which is provincial-wide. So, first round nominations. Councillor Clayton, and then Councillor Kester.
I would like to volunteer.
Councillor Clayton, okay. Councillor Kester?
I would like to.
Okay, Clayton, Kester. Councillor Larson? Larson. Anyone else?
I'd like to nominate Shannon Laprise, or Councillor Laprise.
Councillor Priest. So now that, would you accept that? Lots of pressure, hey? Yeah.
I'll accept. We'll let it go.
Sorry, put your microphone.
Pardon me. I'll accept. I'll let it go to a vote.
Second time? I'll let my name stand. Being that with the recent appointment of Reeve, I think it's important that I let my name stand for that. And being what I said in the past, I know some people will come after me for that, but that's okay. Like I said, it's moving on and moving forward. So there'll be 4 names. So we will have.
And we pick 3?
We will pick 5 names. Sorry, you're correct. We'll be, so myself, Councillor Kester, Councillor Larson, Councillor Laprise, and Councillor Clayton.
Holy, okay, what's this?
Picking for 3.
Can I, actually, before everybody votes, maybe I'll rescind my acceptance.
Now is the time to do that,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'll do that.
So
Sorry,
we're dropping
there's lots of people.
one last name.
We
So all
both,
this
For
side.
this,
and we're picking 3.
You're picking 3 names out of that.
So
Go ahead.
clarification.
Yes.
One of these 4 has made public statements in the past, disparaging statements, but there was his own statements.
I think I addressed
Are
that.
you renouncing that?
I can't change who I am in the core, but I'm open to, and I'm honest with that. I've been honest with that right from the start.
Changing your position is what I'm asking.
I'm open to hear everything.
That's not my question.
That's all I'm going to say.
Minister, this committee is a ministerial appointee committee. We are answerable to the Minister of Seniors. Comments were made that you could not follow the minister. I don't have it in front of me, but you have to uphold the dignity and the wants and needs of affordable housing, more or less. You made statements that you couldn't do it. Are you renouncing those statements?
I'm not going to debate what I said. It was recorded. I'm open to new ideas.
So no is the answer.
That's, take that for how you will.
So weird. Sorry, I didn't.
Whenever you're ready. Okay. Oh, cool. Thank you. I'll let administration tally those results.
Okay, there was a majority councillors received, so councillors Clayton, Kester, and Larson are appointed to the WHMB. Great.
So can we have a motion just to do this group?
We'll just continue on with the process that we have been, so we'll
Okay.
just fill it in, and then at the end, we'll just go through and quickly make those motions.
Moving on to the next one, Addictions Resource Coalition of Strathmore and Wheatland ARC. We're looking for one council.
Sorry, I think you
Sorry?
missed one for Wheatland Regional Corporation.
Oh, I'm sorry, I checked it off too early.
Uh-huh.
We're looking for two positions for Wheatland Regional Corporation. This is a corporation that is county-owned in partnership with the villages to provide water services from Gleason through Standard to Rocky Ford and Rosebud, and the interline areas in between, so farms have access to that as well. So looking for two names that were interested in this.
So I've also sat on that one just for the last 1 year. So I would like to continue on with that one. I'll put my name
Councillor
forward.
Priest, okay. Anyone else?
I'd like
Councillor
to get
Kester?
back on it.
Councillor Kester? Two names? We looking for a third? Councillor Larson?
Yeah.
So we have three names. Anyone else? Okay. We will go to the papers. You're voting for three names, pick two. We have three names, pick two, correct. We need some Jeopardy music. Thank you.
Thank you. So council, we have not a majority, but we don't have someone, we have two groups that are the same with 2 votes. So we have a group with 3 votes, which is Councillor Kester and Laprise. And we have the other 2, so Councillor Kester and Councillor Larson with 2. And then Councillor Laprise and Councillor Larson with 2 as well. So what we could do is, so I've been training for this moment for the last couple of weeks.
I knew you were.
So what we could do is we could do a revote if council would like to do that, or if there's an alternative method that council would like to do to eliminate one of the ballots, council could also choose that as well. So if council would like to revote, that might get a majority or bump one of them down to the bottom. If no one wants to change their vote at all, then we could maybe just have a resolution by council how to remove one of the bottom votes. So realistically, a discussion of council. So
For sure. We've heard from administration on this moment, which we've never, great, we're practicing. So council's wishes with the options, Councillor Kester.
I suggest that we do a revote and we ask each of the ones that want to be on the committee why they want to be on the committee.
Does that sound fair?
The other option I was thinking of is just to count each vote individually instead of looking for a team. Is that how you were doing it? Like, is there any
I was doing
individual
it by the group.
by the group?
Yeah.
So what about doing it by the individual?
Totally up to council.
I was thinking that, like either. So, anyone else?
Individual.
Individual, so it sounds like we have consensus on individual, so we will strike those ballots. Well, the names will stand and we'll just go around for each one individually, or do we have to?
So I guess the question would be is that council already did have an opportunity to do each one individually on the ballot, right? And you picked your top 2. So that, I think, I'm not sure how that method might change.
Oh, it won't change things?
I don't think it would. A very easy method would be to put the 2 bottom ones in a hat, one of each. Someone selects the ballot out, someone not on the nomination. That could be a way to eliminate one of the bottom ones. That's actually I actually had a group of municipal administrators that talked about that was a method that they just draw one name out of the hat to include or exclude. It's just a super simple way to just speed it along. And then you vote on the other pair, like whoever it could be. So whatever council would like.
I've seen, if you're gonna draw it out of the hat, just draw
Try to
one
use your
out
mic.
of the hat, and that's the one that wins.
Yeah, you could do that too.
That's what-
Whatever council would like to do.
Let's come up with a solution.
Yep, just at the whim of council.
That's what I'd go for.
So out of a hat, were we picking the dropout or the one that's staying?
You have to choose 2 then to stay,
Yeah,
whatever, or 1 to drop out.
so put all the names in a hat and draw 2 names.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, well, you've got a hat.
And then, so what we'll
Or
do
we got a basket.
is, administration probably shouldn't do it. Well, it just so, whatever. Oh, we're all doing.
We'll have someone that's not on the ballot or, yeah. that would be fine.
I'll write each name. So, Kester and Larson.
Again, for those listening or watching, this is for the WRC 2 positions. We had a stalemate, so we're drawing names out of a hat. Do we do improv out of the hat? Improv out of the hat? Give us a topic.
Okay, so Oh, yeah. Yeah, every single one, same thing out in the back.
Drum roll, please. Name number 1 is? Name number 1 is Shannon Laprise.
Yep, one more.
Name number 2, going into the hat. Not looking.
And so the two drawn out of the hat were Deputy Reeve Laprise and Councillor Kester.
Sorry, I'm not saying Deputy Reeve all the time. My apologies. I'll get to it. Alternate for that position. We're looking for one alternate. Councillor Larson, do you let your name stand for alternate?
Yes.
Yes. Anyone else? Going twice? Going 3 times? Sold. Councillor Larson will be the alternate. Okay, we'll move on now to the Addictions Resource Coalition of Strathmore and Wheatland ARC. 1 position and 1 alternate, correct?
Yes.
So anyone nominating? Councillor Hebbs wants to name stand for that. Anyone else? Second time, anyone else letting their name stand for? Third and final. Councillor Hebbs, you're on that position. Alberta Care. I've been on Alberta Care.
So an alternate?
Oh, an alternate? Oh, sorry. Alternate. We're looking for an alternate for the Addictions Resource Coalition Strathmore and the ARC. Anyone?
Do you want?
I just can't make it to their event.
Okay, use your microphone, please.
I can't make it to their event.
Okay.
And that's the problem going with me doing it. So if you want to do it.
It's also difficult for me to go to the event, but
But there is a board, so
there's,
Yeah.
there's what?
it is a board, like there's other people there, so
Yeah.
you're an alternate
Yeah.
position. So.
Okay, I'll stay on it then. And
Okay. Councillor Bigger is on there as an alternate. Anyone else? You will be the alternate for that board.
okay.
Now moving on to Alberta Care. I'll just go give a brief overview of this. I've been on this for 2 years. I'm also a director on it right now. I want to bring this to discussion to Wheatland County in the future about membership. Have we paid for a membership for next year yet?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. We need to have a discussion about this because we are also a member of it because we are part of Drumheller District Solid Waste, which I've learned because I was on that board as well. So we're kind of we're paying for twice and we get the same thing, but we will have that discussion in the future. And right now, like I said, I would let my name stand as a member of that. Anyone else? Councillor Larson?
I'll let my name stand on that one.
Councillor Larson as well. Yes, there has been an alternate on that as well. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, we will go to the ballots. You're voting for one name between Councillor Larson and myself. Thank you.
Okay, so by vote, Councillor Larson was a successful candidate. Thank you.
Looking for an alternate for this position, I can let my name stand.
Oh, Actually, I don't know if we do appoint an alternate to Alberta Care.
I don't know if we ever did
Yeah.
on before or not.
Yeah, if it's not in the resolution, we probably haven't, so.
Okay. Then we won't be doing that. We're moving on to Community Futures Wild Rose, one position and one alternate, correct? We're looking for one seat. Anyone interested?
Keith Clayton, I would be interested.
Mr. Clayton is interested. Councillor Clayton? Councillor Bigger is
I am
interested?
interested too, yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Second time, third time, anyone else? Okay. Please use your ballot to select either Councillor Bigger or Councillor Clayton. Thank you. Okay. Putting a lot of miles on it.
You won't need to go for a walk around the building.
Tracking my steps.
I think Shannon, all of you that do that should actually get the CAO to.
No.
Yeah, we're on special.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say go for a walk. No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Somebody could have a leaf the other way.
I think I've seen Joel out there.
He's a walker. Okay, so Councillor Bigger was a successful candidate.
I'd let my name stand as an alternate.
Okay, Councillor Clayton, anyone else letting their name stand as an alternate? Second time, same question. Third time, anyone else alternate for Community Futures Wild Rose? Okay, you are the alternate, sir. Drumheller and Area Health Foundation, as of right now, we have a member at large.
Yes, that's correct. So it should be appointed on an annual basis.
Yes.
So right now we have a member at large, Mary Marshman, who is currently volunteering on that board. However, there has been interest from council before to let their name stand on that board. So that would be something that council probably should potentially discuss and consider. If there is a second member of that appointed from the municipality, it has to come from that membership on that board. So council should either determine if they would like to see Mary Marshman continue on that board, or if they would like to appoint a councillor to that board. We did inquire with Mary Marshman if she would still serve on that board. However, it is the discretion of council. Thank you.
Okay, so this is organizational meeting time. Administration has said there's been some discussion about this past, but now is the time if we want to do something different, we can do that. So right now we do have a member at large that has the name stand. Is anyone else interested? Go ahead.
In the past, we always had two. And we had one for a really long time, a community at large. And we also had a counselor that was on it too. We had a presentation from the Health Foundation here a month or two ago. And the province is moving, I'm pretty sure they're moving ahead with making the hospital a teaching place for nurses. They can make teaching faster, and they are going to provide a room for a simulation center that the community at large. But the Health Foundation is looking for money to build this. Council hasn't made any decision on to give any money yet or not. But I think for our region, my region, east of here, where further from a lot of my residents go to Drumheller, I think it is a valuable thing for not only Drumheller, but for our county too. So I would like Mary Marshman, so there's no talking. She's also my sister, but I'll still if she wants to stay on as community at large, I would agree to that for sure. But I also think that we should appoint a counselor to be on that board. I know there are counselors from Starland on that board. And I don't know about Knee Hill so much because they have a hospital in Three Hills. But yeah, I would like council to consider a counselor to be on that too.
Just
Thoughts?
Just to the chair, I think their bylaw does say that another member can be appointed from municipality. However, it's got to come from that membership. So perhaps council could choose to send a letter to the Drumheller Health Foundation Board, just noting that it would be of council interest if they could appoint a member from, like the members could appoint someone from the county on, I forget what actual board that is or committee, but I do remember reading it this week, and it said it must come from the membership of that board itself. But council could always ask for that board. Yeah.
So we have agreement that the member at large would stay on the board, and we should send a letter from Wheatland County Council requesting, so we should have two motions then. So we should have one approving the membership as is, and then a letter with your words, how we would request an additional seat at that. That make sense? Or do we want to do one before the other? Just whatever you prefer.
I think the order probably should be appoint Mary Marshman, then the letter, but probably up to council.
Okay, fair enough. Council's wishes.
And because this is a little bit more complex, we just want to vote on this one too. Just now, just get it over with.
Yeah, this is special.
Yeah. Well, we'll appoint first, and then we will vote on the letter, obviously. Yeah, vote on that. Maybe two separate motions. Go ahead.
So I'll move that we appoint Mary Marshman to continue as a member at large on the Drumheller Health Foundation.
Okay. Any questions on the motion?
I should say, I guess, for the 2025-26 term.
Okay. Any further discussion? Call the question. All in favor? That's carried. Do you want to have anyone want to make a motion to send a letter requesting an additional seat at the?
I'll make that motion. I'll make that motion the way Brian explained it.
So a letter from Wheatland County requesting an additional seat for a county councillor to be appointed. We still have to appoint that at a future date. No point in doing it now if we don't know if we're going to be accepted as it. Does that sound fair to everyone? Okay. We'll get a motion and I will read it out. No pressure, Shannon. Should we group that with the other motions after, or should we vote on this one right now? Okay.
Yeah, we can just
Vote on this one now, I think is important.
just get it through.
Okay, okay.
It is a little bit different than the other ones. Just send a letter to the Drumheller Area Foundation Board requesting another member of the municipality be appointed.
Sorry, we're just waiting for administration to craft our thoughts into words. Motion is, no, not up there yet. I don't think you've ever had this many opened at once. Oh, that council direct administration to send a letter to Drumheller and Area Health Foundation to request another member appointment from the municipality. That is motion is made by Councillor Kester. Everyone clear? Any discussion on that? Call the question. All in favor? And that is carried. So we can move on to Drumheller District. Yes, we appointed everybody. Okay. We'll move on to Drumheller District Waste Management, the DDSWMA. There's one councillor appointment and one alternate. I am currently the council member. I would let my name stand. Anyone else? Councillor Laursen?
I'll let my name stand because I've been on it before and chaired the committee, and I'm also the closest one to Drumheller.
Absolutely. 2 names on the ballot. Anyone else? Seeing none, hearing one, we will vote for either myself or Councillor Laursen. Everyone ready for collection?
Okay, Reeve Clausen was the successful applicant for that.
Thank you. We're looking for an alternate for the same position. Any? Councillor Laursen, are you interested?
Yeah, I'll let my name stand.
Anyone else? Second time? Third time? Councillor Laursen is the alternate. Rural Fire Associations, local councillor of the area where that fire association is, and the difference for the incoming councillors, we have rural fire associations and we have county-owned facilities. The county-owned facilities, the councillor of the area does not sit on any of the, has anything to do with, because it's operations, we can't really be sitting there. So the rural fire associations, it's just kind of a different thing if you understand. Seed cleaning plants, sorry, do we need a motion for that? No, we don't need that. So seed cleaning plants, again, local councillor, not everybody has a seed cleaning plant in their area, but if it's within your divisional boundaries, you are automatically put on that. Has that changed at all with the divisions 5 and 6? There's nothing, okay, okay. Southern Alberta Energy from Waste Association. This is an interesting one. I don't even know if it should be here because we.
Yeah, I actually don't think we should be appointing someone. I think we removed it from the thing, but just stay
There's
on
a
the
motion
spreadsheet
to
by
remove our
accident.
membership from it. Yeah, so just so the other councillors that are aware here, it was a board that was established for a long time. Council made a decision to not renew our membership in it. We are currently members now because we could not get refunded. And it is a organization that is looking to make energy from waste garbage, MSW, municipal solid waste. And currently right now there is moving forward in Newell County at the Newell Regional Waste Authority. I can update council another time. So I'm fine with that, so that's out. Strathmore and District Ag Society, 1 member. Yes, yes. Use your microphone, please. Use your microphone, please, sir.
I'd like to let my name stand for that. It is in Division 2, which is my division, and I have been in a few indoor arenas in my day.
I think you know how to rope a little bit too, just a little bit. So Councillor Hebbs has interest in that. Anyone else? Second time, anyone else? Not seeing any. Third time, Councillor Hebbs is yours. I don't believe they've had a meeting in quite some time, but I do know they are on a talent search right now for a CAO. CEO, sorry. And I believe once they get that underfoot, they will still try to move ahead. We have approved some lands already for it, so, yeah. Wheatland and Adjacent Districts Emergency Medical Services Association, WADEMSA. We're looking for 2 and an alternate. Councillor Larson.
I'll let my name stand for that. I've been on that board before.
Okay. Second, Councillor Kester.
I've been on it for a long time till I got hunted.
Use your microphone,
I've
please.
been on it a long time. I'd like to go on it again, please.
Okay. 2 names. Anyone else? Second time. Anyone else? Councillor Larson and Councillor Kester will be the main members. We are looking for an alternate. Anyone let their name stand for an alternate? As an alternate, you would only attend in the absence of the
I would like my name to stand as an alternate.
Councillor Clayton, his name as an alternate a second time. Third time, anyone else? Councillor Clayton, you are the alternate.
Don't call me.
And Wheatland Regional Partnership Committee, this is something that has not been, the county has been a part of for some time, but I think we should move forward and when they get called, we go. And then we're all members of this, and it's all the neighboring municipalities. And yeah, unless there's something that anybody sees here. Okay.
That's just a smaller center. That's not Calgary, right?
No, so I'll explain. Strathmore, Rocky Ford Standard, Hazard, yeah, that's it, and us. And basically, you meet and discuss. There's an agenda, should be an agenda, and it should. Some councillors in the past may have felt it wasn't productive, but it can be. Administration could make sure that there's something. So there's some meat there to meet with, right? Something to actually tangible to do. Yeah.
Yes, and through the chair, at present time, there's a motion on the books for us not to attend. However, I kind of feel like there might be some appetite to rescind that motion and start attendance again. So I'll kind of put a list. I had a request from a councillor to put a list of some resolutions together to potentially rescind to get that thing re-going again. So.
And I believe that's something we can deal with at the next council meeting. If they're putting together some stuff, some baggage from the past, so to speak, we can bring, new council can decide what direction we want to go, and I'm open to that, so. Good. Okay, so now we got all these, how do we want to, go ahead.
I'll make a motion that we accept all the committees as volunteered for on the sheet that we just went through. I don't know how you want to name it for sure.
So technically, we probably should have a mover of every motion. If you want to be the mover of a motion, you certainly can be. And then, yeah, I think it's.
So we have to do them individually now.
Well, yeah, I think you can, but it's very easy now. Everything's outlined right there. So
Okay.
So can we scroll up to the top to the first ones that we haven't done? I know I might have hit one in between that I probably should have waited. And I will bring them forward. So we have approval of the Wheatland County to appoint Councillor Hebbs as its alternate representative to the Marigold Committee for the 2025-2026 term.
I'll make that motion.
Motion is made by Councillor Kester. We've had the discussion. All in favor? That is carried. Number 10, approval that the Wheatland County appoint Deputy Reeve Laprise and Councillor Bigger as representatives for the Wheatland Family and Community Supports Services Committee for the 2025-2026 term. Looking for a mover, Councillor Clayton. Moved. So I'm assuming we've had discussion. If anybody wants to have any further, please do. All in favor? That's carried. Approval that Wheatland County appoint Councillor Hebbs as a, no, I already did that one. Reeve, that one's done. Sorry, you have, it's not lined up front.
yeah, number 11.
11, sorry. Approval that Wheatland County appoint Councillor Larson as its alternate representative of the Wheatland Family, Community and Support Services for the 2025-2026 term.
I'll move that.
Motion is made by Councillor Laprise. Any discussion? I'll call the question. All in favor? That's carried. And number 10 I did?
Yep.
Okay. Number 12, approval that the Wheatland County appoint Councillor Clayton, Councillor Kester, and Councillor Larson as its representatives to the Wheatland Housing Management Body for the 2025-2026 term. Looking for a mover? Councillor Larson, all in favor? That's carried. Number 13, approval that the Wheatland County appoint Deputy Reeve Laprise and Councillor Kester as its representatives to the Wheatland Regional Corporation for the 2025-2026 term. Looking for a mover.
So moved.
Oh, sorry, Councillor Bigger was first, yeah. Any discussion? Call the question. All in favor? Perfect. Number 14, approval that Wheatland County appoint Councillor Larson as its alternate position to the Wheatland Regional Corporation for the 2025-2026 term. Looking for a mover?
I can move that.
Councillor Clayton. It's okay. Motion by Councillor Clayton. Any discussion? I'll call the question. All in favor? 15 I'm on, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just.
Through
wanted
the
to
chair,
take a second.
sorry, we just need a moment. Shannon's just trying to keep up.
Sorry.
And
Yeah,
she just needs time between
yeah,
them.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Councillor Clayton moved 14.
Yep.
We're good to go?
Yep.
15, approval that the Wheatland County appoint Councillor Hebbs as its representative to the Addiction Resource Coalition of Strathmore and Wheatland ARC for the 2025-26 term. Looking for a mover. Councillor Bigger.
I'll move.
Any discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Uh, 16, approval that the Wheatland County appoint Councillor Bigger as its alternative representatives to the ARC for 2025-26 term. Looking for a mover.
I'll move that.
Deputy Reeve Laprise moves. Any discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Uh, 17, approval that Wheatland County appoint Councillor Larson as its representatives to Alberta Care for the 2025-2026 term.
So moved.
Councillor Clayton moves. Any discussion? Call the question. All in favor? Approval that Wheatland County appoints Councillor Bigger as its representative to Community Futures Wild Rose for the 2025-2026 term. I'll move that. Any discussion? All in favor? Uh, 19, approval that the Wheatland County Councillor, approval that Wheatland County appoint Councillor Clayton as its alternative representative for Community Futures Wild Rose for the 2025-2026 term. Mover?
I'll move that.
Councillor, Deputy Reeve Laprise. That's hard to say. Any discussion? I will call the question. All in favor? That's carried. Approval that Wheatland County appoint Reeve Klassen as its representative to the Drumheller and District Solid Waste Management Associations for the 2025-2026 term.
I'll move that.
Thank you, Councillor Hebbs. Call the question. All in favor? That's carried. Approval that Wheatland County Council appoint Councillor Larson as its alternative representative to the Drumheller District Solid Waste Management for the 2025-2026 term. Mover?
Also move.
Counselor Bigger? All in favor? That's carried. Approval that Wheatland County appoint local councillors as representatives to the rural fire associations for the 2025-2026 term. Mover?
I'll move.
Deputy Reeve Laprise? Any discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Approval that Wheatland County appoint local councillors as representatives to the sea cleaning plants for the 2025-2026 term.
I can move that.
Councillor Habs, any discussion? Call the question. All in favor? Carried. You guys wanted me to read all this at once. Approval that Wheatland County appoint Councillor Habs as a representative to the Strathmore and District Ag Society Indoor Riding Arena Advisory Committee for the 2025-2026 term. Looking for a mover.
So move.
Councillor Bigger. Any discussion? Call the question. All in favor? That's carried. Approval that Wheatland County appoint Councillor Kester and Councillor Larson as its representatives to the Wheatland and adjacent districts Medical Services Association, WADEMSA, for the 2025-2026 term. Looking for a mover.
So moved.
Councillor Clayton is moved. Any discussion? Call the question. All in favor? That's carried. Am I getting too far ahead for you, Shanna? Okay, they're not catching up here, so. Approval that Wheatland County appoint Councillor Clayton as its alternate representative to the Wheatland and adjacent districts Emergency Medical Services Association for the 2025-2026 term. Looking for a move.
I can move that.
Councillor Habs, any discussion? I'll call the question. All in favor? That's carried. We'll just wait for, make sure we get the record correct.
There was just one board that we just missed, so we're gonna have to go up and
Okay.
this is more of a formality. Which one was it? Okay, so we just need a motion to appoint Councillor Clayton to the number 6. I think
We missed that one? Okay.
or maybe we just missed the mover, one of the two.
No problem. Anybody recall if we already moved this one? Okay, so approval that Wheatland County appoint Councillor Clayton as its representative to the Marigold Library Committee for 25-26 term. Looking for a mover?
So move.
Councillor Bigger. Any discussion? All in favor? That's carried. So we're on 26? Correct? Carried.
Yeah, I think the last one just would be the IDP list, and we'll go on to the next little slate there.
Okay, the council accept, now you moved it around, the intermunicipal development plan and intermunicipal collaboration framework list as presented. Mover? I'll move that. Oh, sorry, Councillor Larson, I didn't see it. Councillor Larson. Any discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Have we captured everything?
Yep, we're good.
So that was 2.4. So we will move on to
Did we get,
2.5. Subdivision Development and Appeal Board member appointments. A question from Councillor Kester.
On these IDPs, we got down there a number of counselors, and we got 2, Strathmore 4. When I go across the list, Drumheller only has 1. Foothills only has 1. Azar only has 1. Nehill has 2. Newell has 2. Is that a typable thing, or do we need to fill it in?
Yes, I see what you mean there, Councillor Kester. So, yeah, that list for the ICF list, Councillor Kester?
IDP. I haven't looked
Yeah.
that far yet.
And I think it's usually the Reeve that would sit on those ones. So, yeah, or the area councillor. So, technically Clausen would sit on those moving forward. Like the Reeve just sits on all of them. So we'd have to just kind of edit that list and bring it back for approval.
Or is your question about the number from Strathmore?
No, there's a
Okay.
question. Drumheller says 2 and there's only 1. Foothill says 2 and there's only 1. Azar says 2 and there's only 1. So if we're gonna add the Reeve, that would fix a lot of them.
Yeah, so like a good example would be Drumheller. So it has number of councillors too. So one thing that we just haven't omitted to say is that it would be the adjacent councillor plus the Reeve is the typical kind of format. I think it's in that other table. Yeah, it's in the council representatives. It's all in here. If you go to page 36, it should all like be in there, if that makes sense. It's not just on that little small table, but on page 36 has all the appointments.
I believe there's 2 on here because 2 of the divisions would touch, like Rocky View has 2. Nehill County has 2 because the 6 and 7 adjoint and be the Reeve as well.
Yeah, the only thing is that there's just a discrepancy on that table on page 35 versus the table on 36.
Okay.
So the table on 36 is correct, and the only reason why the table on 35 is not correct is because we didn't know who the Reeve was at the time of the meeting. So realistically, what you could do is just take that table, not consider that table on page 35, and just consider the table on 36, which has the correct number of councillors, including alternates.
So on page 36 on Rocky View, counts Division 6 as a sizable chunk, and Rocky View. Like probably
With the boundary adjustment. Right.
Even before the boundary adjustment,
Okay.
I had quite a bit.
Yeah, perhaps if we could, if administration could just take this list back, there would be no pressing meetings at this point with any of the municipalities.
Update it.
We'll update the list and bring it back to a future council meeting.
Is that acceptable, council? Seeing a lot of nodding heads, sounds good, yeah, yeah. Is everybody okay to proceed, or do we need a bio break? We're good? We're all going ahead? Okay. So we're on subdivision development appeal board member appointments. 2.5.
Good afternoon, council.
Hey, how are you?
Dave Rhymes, Community Service Coordinator. Just presenting the report for the subdivision and appeal board member appointment. Wheeling County Bylaw 2025-19 adopted in accordance with the section 627 of the Municipal Government Act provides the establishment of a subdivision and development appeal board, and members shall be appointed at the organizational meeting. So there's 2 members that are being recommended to be approved by council.
Thank you. Information is before us. Is there any further information that council is looking for? If not, a motion.
Sorry, I just have a question. How many sit on the board with adding these 2 on? Or is it just, it can't be just 2? Do you know?
Sherry?
Through the Reeve to council, it's been dropped down. We had 5 at one time and we couldn't fill it. So I believe it's 3 and I can
Okay.
confirm that. But
So there is
if
one
we
more.
just brought that bylaw back, but we couldn't fill it with the number, the full board.
That's a question. Go ahead.
I'll move that council appoints the following individuals to the Subdivision and Development Appeal Board for a 3-year term expiring October 31st, 2028. Elaine Deeg in Division 4 and Pam Metzger-Savoie in Division 5.
Thank you for the motion. Any further discussion? I'll call the question. All in favor? And that's carried. Looking for Community Enhancement Regional Board member appointments, and we're on page 64 on the agenda. Go ahead.
Dave from administration again. I just had the Community Enhancement Regional Board appointments for Division 1, 2, 3, and 7, and I'm working on filling the other Divisions 2 and 4. I've got names. I'll just bring them to the next council meeting for appointments, but for today, we're looking to appoint these individuals to the board.
Thank you for the information. Looking for a motion.
I move the members appoint these to the CURB board for the next year, or 2 years. Actually, it's a 2-year term.
Yes, 2-year term.
As presented.
As presented.
As presented. Motion is made by Councillor Clayton. Any further discussion? I'll call the question. All in favor? And that's carried. FCM. 2025 convention. This is,
Yes, council, good afternoon. Brian from administration. So the previous council had discussions at length about the FCM convention. And I think the last one was in Calgary, and the previous council didn't seem to find much value in it. However, it wasn't Calgary, so it was very close proximity, which is excellent. The FCM convention in 2026 is being held in Edmonton, it's usually held in Eastern Canada. So the travel is a lot less. So we thought it might be advantageous for council to decide if they would like to send council to go to the FCM convention in Edmonton. The date is there. If there's any questions about the report, please let me know. Thank you.
council discussion. Councillor Larson, then Councillor.
I went to the one in Calgary, and I would not support sending anybody to the one in Edmonton.
I had a question to administration. Did we not, are we members of FCM? We didn't pay our fees,
No,
did we not?
we're not members of the FCM. No.
Can you attend if you're not a member?
I assume so. And if not, we'll bring that back.
For me personally, I'm not interested in attending, but I don't know how other members of council, whether Councillor Habs and Clayton want to go once to see if it's has value for them personally. I don't know.
Where is it? When is it?
It is in Edmonton from June 4th to 7th. You can also think about it too, and then just kind of bring that back as well.
So my suggestion, we don't have to approve this today. Let's bring it back with a review of if we are members, the costs, all that kind of thing, back to council to discuss. It's interesting that they're going Calgary, Edmonton right away. Like usually it goes way east again. So they're obviously trying to, this is something that's I think unprecedented for them. I feel similar to Councillor Larson. I attended it, but you know, some of these things you want to, maybe with the new members here, it might be worthwhile, but we will have that discussion in the future if council is okay with that. I'm seeing a lot of nodding heads. Is that okay with administration? So do you need a date to bring it back? We assuming long before the registration deadline ends? Okay. Okay. So we'll just park that one for now. 2.8. This is the training that we're talking about?
No, so this is just a table of documents for documents we thought might be useful for council. No discussion required. What we did was we just put it in the package. There are links to all of these. And if you'd like a paper copy, please let us know. Thank you.
Most of the boards that you go on, they will have a binder they will give you. And if you don't have something, ask one of your colleagues, because we might have it sitting on our desk if we're no longer there. Of course, they need to be updated. And then there's some of there's some stuff that's already in here. Administration tries to keep all that information updated as they can. So, because these different boards, it's nice to have a continuity of information. Sound fair? Anything further? I adjourn this first meeting.